infrastructure spending generates economic activity, it generates local demand, it provides jobs for people, it's a multiplier. I'm with you on that. I'm wondering what you think we should be doing to try and slow down the runaway train of climate change itself.
I think humans are inherently selfish in that anything we do right now realistically won't have much of a bearing on the conditions that we face. The climate is kind of like, as you said, a runaway train. And so slowing down a train or getting into reverse direction, which is unreasonable, is very challenging and takes a long stopping distance or a long distance to change. And so in our lifetimes, we really don't have that much time to do so. The conditions are already moving. And even if we stopped emitting today, the climate would still continue to warm thanks to ocean outgassing of CO2 and thanks to all these other processes that are already in motion. And once you start tipping that scale, it's like dominoes. There are these reinforcing positive feedback mechanisms. So ultimately, we're not going to see an overnight change. We need to start playing the long game in that we need to understand any conditions or any actions we take aren't really going to help us that much. They'll help our children, our grandchildren, stuff like that. Getting policymakers to do that is telling them to be selfless, which is a challenge. The other thing I think we need to start doing is being smart about our infrastructure. Why are we building houses on stilts right next to the ocean when inevitably there's going to be a hurricane? It's going to be a strong hurricane somewhere. Why are we building in floodplains? Why are we planning our flooding infrastructure based on 100-year events rather than 500-year events? It's that we're making consciously poor decisions reinforced by the inveterate practices of yesterday's infrastructure building. And really, we're sort of reinforcing the old rather than trying to adopt the new.